This is a little close. I'm looking at you, so that means we're making eye contact right now. Anyway, I just spent egregiously long time on Instagram Reels, but there's a catch. I love curating my Reels to be informative, educational, all that. I found out that, we're trying to apparently integrate the government of Israel and America. Didn't know that, So I like that I fixed my feed because that's usually what it is. But I deleted Instagram because I was on it for so long and it's been a long gap. And every time, like every few whatever the freaks, I would go back and I would check on my friends, see if anyone who's like I've met in person DM me because they found me on Instagram, stuff like that. So it's been a hot minute because I downloaded it just because I got from the photo shoot from what my friends sent me, and I wanted to post that because they're bomb photos, and that's a topic for a whole other video. But this one is a mix of I just learned a bunch of stuff really quickly. I haven't been taking notes on what I learned per se. I've been taking notes and like writing down stuff mentally, either they've said or I've said that I want to remember. But like I really wanted to like do a little yap session about like intellectualism, because the last video I just watched that really inspired me to make this video is how this girl is perceived as off-putting in the activism space on like with influences and whatnot, because she wants to focus on solutions and is like more idealistic. I was like, that's me, that's me. But like she also talked about how there's like they always talk, they discuss, and like I can't even remember the exact phrasing, so we're just gonna wing it and go. I remember the like it was like she doesn't want to know the definition of her own cage. I was like, because I did that too. Because I've been debating, should I write video essay, like the script for a video essay, or just an essay and then make it a video essay? And I was like, what should I do? There's so many things I want to talk about because I just like, I love learning. So I feel like I am knowledgeable about stuff and I should talk about it and share it on the internet. But like that really made me think more about how like, I don't think I just want to talk at y'all. I want to talk with y'all. And when I say with y'all, I literally mean you, whoever's watching this video, because you're watching this video. You must really like me if you're here for 2 minutes so far. But like, I think I'd rather have a smaller community, because there was another video talking about how with art, like the end goal that we've seen is like it's really demonized. Well, no, it's glorified when it's really demonized. like the she used the P Diddy example, which I never thought of it in that way. I was just thinking about like most famous artists dying from some sort of some substance abuse. Like it's just related to those things, or like they get so high up there they're just somehow entangled with the freaking Epstein files. Like it's just the like superstardom and everyone knowing your name and being super famous and being part of the high caliber A-list. Like what comes with that is like not all pretty like they want it, and that's like what they sell peak artistry. But she was like, don't go for that. Where you are now, being unknown, no one knowing you, is good because you're creating art for the sake of creating art. At least she's trying to make you get out of the mindset of creating art to be famous. It's just to create art to create art. That's what I do right now, because like, but this is the one format where I don't do that. My content creation is where like I kind of want to be famous because of all the stuff that comes with that fame. But like I really should I should start before I like get to that point, because I'll be very biased when I get there. Like ideally everybody is, and that just leads me into the actual topics of this, because I think I like the fact that I explained my current state, the background of the mindset that got me into this. I want to talk about how like the intellect into English. See, the fact that the word is so hard to say, just proving my point. The like intellect, I feel so tempted to be like, I can say it, I can pronounce the word. Once I say it, you'll know I can pronounce the word. But I just like, all of the irony is palpable. See, I'm using it again. The weaponization of intellectualization. Sure, I don't think that's how I say it. The weaponization of intellect, we'll use that. That's a good way. That's, yeah. I don't think I'm stupid. I know vocab. I know systems of oppression and their names and their fancy thingies. Like I know about redlining and stuff. A lot of people don't know about that, which is kind of crazy, but that's just my bad. I'm not gonna go there, And like, what's it called? I can say the big terms, and my favorite big term is intersectionality, because I am Black and a woman going into freaking engineering. I think I know a thing or two about intersectionality. And that's my favorite word, because it always has to be brought up with whatever thing you're talking about ever when you're doing big brain thinking in academia with like dissertations and doctorates and, you know, the studies of African American history and things like that, you know. But like, I forget her name. I'll probably have it like stamped across the screen because I love her content so much. But she was talking about how, no, she responded to a comment about how when we use big words like that, we're only targeting other people who are really passionate and take the time to learn the vocab, or at least intellectually capable of doing it or even care. We're only reaching them because they know the terminology or they're willing to learn the terminology. But that's not what we need right now. At least not with the current state of the world and the current rate of humanity going with every single situation. And I don't even have to specify when I say that. You're thinking of so many freaking situations right now about the current state of the world. But like, how when we use big words like that, we're ostracizing everybody. See, big word again. Ostracizing everybody who doesn't understand those words, and we're making it a very hard barrier of entry for everyone who wants to know about these things. But like, we'll feel stupid when someone is just talking casually in like a very confident manner with all these big words and terminologies that we need. And it's not just the words. It's not just the words. It's like gigantic systems that someone on a scale who's just living their suburban life in their suburban town, going about their suburban day, can't understand. And not just suburban, the classes above it or below it, like that average person. It's like, unless you're an expert in the field or you care about it, to become knowledgeable enough to know the things that make you understand the stuff that, you know, you would need to be an expert in the field to understand, how are you going to get into it? And like, I'm trying to think of an example of a system to talk about. Capitalism. Capitalism is already a big word, in my opinion. Anything over 5 words, you know, because, you know, if more than half America is reading on a 6th grade level, yeah, we're already pushing it. If you're trying to break down capitalism and show there's got to be better alternatives, that's my stance. There's got to be better alternatives. If you're trying to explain that to somebody, you can't whip out, you know, late stage capitalism and, you know, the disillusion of capitalism and, you know, the demonization of like money, like all the things. Like, that's big word vocab. I really would like to lean this and everything I do from here on out to a more, ideally less than 5 letter, like vocabulary. Because like, if I want to talk to you about solutions of the many problems in the world, we need to be able to like say the same vocab. If I, in theory, am able to use the big vocab and you're not, okay, how are we gonna do that? I have to lower my speech down. And it's not even in a self-deprecating way. It's literally not just for you specifically, but for anybody out there who wants to start learning to be able to understand all of the words that are coming out of my mouth and doesn't have to pause the video every 5 seconds to go freaking search up what the freak anti-capitalism is, you know? Even though you can use context clues for that one, but that's not the point. It's just, it's a really good point that if we want to get other people, if you want to get everybody in on it, because this has like, it's the word, like, it feels like it's ending all the time. There's no way I can't be the only one that feels like if the world feels like it's freaking ending all the time. It's just like we're moments away from a nuclear war or World War III, or like I'm just gonna die. Mind you, I'm nowhere near any of those things that are inherently happening. It just feels like it's just spreading to the point where it's gonna come towards me. The world feels like it's ending all the time. And I would like to create a platform where everybody and anybody can come on a video and understand the situation we're talking about and be able to, in their own mental capacity, throw out an idea to help solve it. Because she was talking about how she's so idealistic that she feels ostracized from the academia, like activism community. We need her. We need everybody. We need everybody to throw an idea, even if it is stupid, because what we consider like, you know, no stupid questions, someone asks a stupid question, it's gonna spark something for somebody else mentally. Like, all the things need to be said out loud. They can't all be contained in here. They need to be said out loud and written, because it's not just about you and what you are perceiving about it. It's when you put it out there, you're also going to affect how somebody else thinks about it, learns about it, knows about it, and how they can apply it or come up with their own solution, or just like, it's literally the way the world works. It's just the way humans work. If we're putting everything out there, we're all going to mix it all together, and eventually somebody's going to get something that goes ding, 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 and is actually going to do good change for everybody involved. Is that how I'm going to end the video? I've been yapping for like 10 minutes, but like, it's genuinely a thing that's like stressing me out. Like, I want to I want to be able to talk about really important, I love my fingers in your face, big thinker, big level stuff with slangs. Like oh my gosh, the world freaking feel like it's gonna end. What the freak? You know, because I'm literally just a girl. I'm just a girl, but I'm not just a girl. I am a girl capable of doing all sorts of stuff, because that's the case for everybody. You are all capable of doing all sorts of stuff. And like, I really don't like that the barrier of entry is to just like, you have to be really smart and know all these terms. And if you don't know all these terms, you're gonna be really lost and you're gonna feel out of place and have imposter syndrome when you're literally just talking about how to make your community better. Like, uh, I just want, like, someone wants to do a vertical garden because they know that's something that's objectively good for their community, but like they're trying to research it and it's all these fancy science terms, because the whole point is that it's supposed to be like an academic thing. You know, it's for the intellectual elites of society to ponder on and to theorize, not really to apply, which is why I like mechanical engineering to a degree, but I really would like to be like more applicable. I just like things being applicable. I want them to go from mind to reality. But like, this is like on systems of oppressions, to go from mind to reality in a quicker stream than we've ever had before, because it really does feel like the world is ending all the time. Mind you, I'm not near a place where my world is ending all the time. And I feel like that just shows, like, if I'm in such a nice, comfortable little position and I feel that innate internally, like, sorry, if I feel that inside of me all the time, this, like, it's gotta be worse for anybody objectively in worse positions than me. And like, they shouldn't need really big vocab to be able to say those things, to share it with the community, to think and come up with a solution. Okay, that's actually how I'm gonna end the video, because I'm just a girl, but I'm not really just a girl, because there's levels to the I'm just a girl statement that we'll get into later.